I think Agnitio is in a very good position when we talk about the future of communication. There's two main reasons for that. One of them is that we are very clearly driven by a vision that we can enhance and make communication a lot better than it is today. We are very strong on communication, we're very strong on pharma, and we're very strong on IT. What we do here is that we do the software design, the actual hardcore development. We have a big office in Ukraine. We got so many interesting projects, and we keep getting very interesting projects because I really believe we got some very courageous customers. I think one of the trends is very much that again, coming back to what we can do with the technology, we are moving from this whole campaign idea where people will do like efficacy in first quarter, talk about safety in second quarter, and then compliance in third quarter, to really put customers on the adoption ladder, you can say. So actually building projects where again we interact with the customer, start where they are, and then move them ahead from there. So we're doing quite a lot where we actually start out, even in the face-to-face call, ask the customers, are you in the awareness phase? Are you in consideration phase? Could you be ready to try it? And then we'll start the presentation from there. So I think that's very exciting. Another one is combining the channels. So we're using different channels for recruitment or engagement, you can say. That would be a rich media banner, that would be an iPad, but the whole idea is to say that as we do the presentation, if it's a face-to-face on an iPad, everything we track will then actually end up by being a summary of the actual call. So the rep right after can send off an email with a link that's put together the elements that we talked about. When the doctor then click on that link, he will get to a 100% personalized website in that order that we talked about. We have an art director here saying that the web is dead, long live the internet, that everything is becoming apps, meaning that we're only using the internet as the vehicle to push through or pull through, you can say, the information that's needed, meaning that everything coming out of it will be individual. So I truly believe that in a very few years from now, there's not going to be two websites alike, because they're going to adjust to my need and what I like. Another one I think is very exciting is, again, using the iPad as the driver, is an iPad magazine, which is actually a combination of e-learning, employee magazine, market survey or customer survey. So the idea is that today already now, most of the time with the reps, they're spending actually in the waiting room. And what are they doing in the waiting room? They're reading a magazine, but that's probably about the royal wedding. So what we do is that we make a magazine about the brand, the company, the future, the strategy, all that, but in a very, very cool, engaging way, like reading Esquire magazine. In the old days, meaning like yesterday, everything was very much focused on the interaction just between the rep and the physician or the healthcare professional, where today it's really it's blending out into a lot more channels and reusing the materials. So maybe we start doing a detailer, but that will become actually e-learning, that then will become a website, that then will become a remote detailer or whatever. I think a few things are going to happen. Clearly, one of the things that's going to happen is that the amount of information, knowledge that we have to transfer to the healthcare professional is going to increase dramatically, out of many reasons. One of them is that the drugs is becoming more and more complex, and the impact of the drugs is going to be more and more complex. So that's going to change dramatically. That also means that in the interaction with the customers, we need to be very, very precise and always deliver value. And the only one who can tell you what value is the receiver. It's not the sender. It's only me who can tell you what's valuable for me. So I think that also means that we're really going to see an enormous switch from this push communication to a pull communication, because as a healthcare professional, I'm going to look up the gaps that I have and find how to fill those gaps in my knowledge level. So I think that's one thing that's going to happen. Another thing is that we're going to see an enormous diversion in the use of channels. That it's going to be online, offline, Android, smartphones, whatever. Even today, when we look at in the old days, you would see that the hospital doctor would go into an office and look at his computer. It doesn't do that anymore. I think it's 80% that check everything on their phone, actually. Where I would like to push the marketeers is to say that and to show them that with this new technology, we can really change the way of doing marketing, meaning that we can fulfill the reason why they actually chose to get into marketing, because I guess that was because they wanted to do communication, to change the perception of the customer. And that's what we can do with this much more precisely, much more stronger. But it also means that you have to move in that direction. And what I think there is a trend right now where people are more thinking into how can I save money? How can I save money on printing? How can I reduce the cost of what I'm doing? Where I think this is much more, you can do that and you will gain that also. But I think this is a play of offensive. I mean that the winner in this game is going to be the one who's going to give value to the customer. The customer is going to disappear, dilute, if they don't get any value in the information you give them. This game is not about reducing fat, it's about gaining muscles. I love this business. I think it's so exciting times. The digital technology is evolving so quickly that we really have to keep focused on what we're doing. And this is really not a game where it's about a lucky strike. This is the long haul, moving in, getting more knowledge, working with the next client, get that experience, move to the next one, and that's what's driving all of this. And I just pure love it.